Hey you guys, I'm just walking. Look at how protective clothing I am. I kind of look a little ridiculous, but whatever. I'm walking to this raw food restaurant that's close by here, and it's actually, the place is called Atsumi, like a healing, detoxing resort that I actually wanted to really stay at when I was considering staying at somewhere, you know, paying per night, but it's just too expensive. But we're gonna go check it out today. I made it! There it is. It's gonna be an interesting... This is the sidewalk, you guys. Hi. Everything looks so good. It's pretty crazy. Very gourmet. Look at the salads. Look at this. So I just ate and now I'm really full. That was actually very filling, even though it looked very small. It was very filling, and I'm trying to keep my arms away from the sun because they're very sunburned. But I just found this little path next to the cafe and I'm gonna walk through it. My roommate Michael, for now, he recommended that I go on this little walk, so I am. We'll see what we find. At the resort next to the house that I live in. So I'm back at the house now and I'm drinking another coconut just because they're super hydrating, and yeah. Anyway, I felt the need to kind of share with you guys a little bit something very personal, and I never thought I'd talk about it here, but I feel the need to. And that is what I use for birth control. And in December, I got an IUD inserted into my uterus. Let me tell you just about the procedure in the first place. I went it by myself because Jeremy was away. I went to Planned Parenthood. So it was a female who did it. They walked me into a room, like took my blood pressure, gave me a pregnancy test, and weighed me and all of that stuff, right? So I walked into another room, which was the actual little office, and there they explained to me what the device was, blah blah blah. I just kind of wanted to get it over with. So I remember they laid me down and they're like, okay, just wait here until the doctor comes in. So the doctor's a female, she walks in. I feel pretty, you know, nervous at this point. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I've never been to a gynecologist. I've never been, you know, practically just medically, like, observated. So the doctor comes in and she right away, you know, starts putting on her gloves, like disinfecting her hands, all of that spiel. And then she gets these like metal plier things that are like super long and just heavy, and they're like clamps. And she sticks it inside. She sticks her fingers inside of my vagina, first of all. And that was kind of like, oh, okay. You know, because, yeah, it's really uncomfortable. And then when she got the pliers out, it was just like a continuous kind of uncomforting feeling, just kind of like tightness, and I try to relax. I was breathing the whole time, just like, you're okay, and then she sticks a plastic tube inside of me. This is all like, I'm 100% aware of everything. And then from that plastic tube that's like around this thick, she sticks another tube in there that contains a little IUD. And I guess it like folds up because it's a T shape. And so when that goes in, it like finally reaches my uterus and I feel like instant cramp. Like if you could imagine, girls out there, you know, when you have your period, you get cramps in your ovaries. It felt like that, but it was like an intense, like 10 out of 10 cramp. It was just instant. It was like a super painful kind of like instant stab, and I was like, ah. And then they took a little while for her to position it in there, and she warned me that I would feel that, and it was just really kind of traumatic. I felt very violated, and just being there by myself and having this lady stick her fingers in me, and yeah, it felt very, very intense. Anyway, like strings and wires up there, I just couldn't. Anyway, so I didn't get my period until a couple weeks after, maybe once or twice, 1 week or 2 weeks, and once I did, it was heavy. I use a Diva cup, another TMI, for my period, so I don't use tampons or pads. And a regular period for me would be like 1 to 3 changes a day, like at the most heaviest. But with this period, I swear I changed probably like 6 to 7 times. It was really intense, and Jeremy, he was kind of worried. He's like, that's just too much. And yeah, the second period after that was a little bit less, and gradually they've gotten less and less, but the spotting has not stopped. Now, I went to the doctor to get checked up because I started to get a little worried. And this time it was a male. And if you can imagine, he looked like the guy with the beard, the chubby fat guy from The Hangover, which was very surprising. And yeah, he looked at it, he gave me an ultrasound because I was worried if it was misplaced, that it was like gonna poke holes in my uterus, but he measured it and cut off the strings, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So I'm still spot bleeding. They say it should take 3 months before you start, you know, coming back to normal, but this month will mark the 3rd month. So if by March I don't feel 100% satisfied anymore, I feel like this is still weird, because it is definitely, there is consequences to this, you guys, and I just want you to know that your periods do increase, your bleeding will increase. It did for me. I bled actually right after the procedure for a couple of days, and I think it also has something to do with my hormones, because you know the uterus secretes certain hormones, and so I've kind of been all over the place a little bit. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Other than that, I'm probably gonna go to a fruit market, and yeah, sorry if this is too much information, but whatever, I just thought that maybe this could help other girls out there who are thinking about getting an IUD. I'll keep you guys updated to see if it's worth it, but as far as now, I have not gotten pregnant, and that is a pro, that you do not have to worry about using any condoms or, you know, taking a pill every day. And especially if you're just with one partner, I think it makes it one less thing to worry about. Of course, if you're gonna, you know, have several partners, I think you should definitely use protection for STDs and everything on top of the IUD. But yeah, that part is set, and that's why I, you know, chose to get it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so we'll see you later.